Don't you guys just hate procrastination? It's like one of those life canon events that you just can't escape from. You have a idea that you want to do, so you kind of fantasize the idea of doing it, right? You have this plan on achieving something, which is not wrong. We all have our days where we want to achieve something great. So we write it down, we set goals for ourselves to achieve the goals that we want to achieve. But then, for some odd reason, we just don't commit to it, or we just give up after a certain time, or we don't do it at all. We kind of just hold it until, maybe I'll just do it for tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, you don't do what you were supposed to do. uh, you know, Man, I kind of forgot that I was supposed to do this thing, but uh, you know, tomorrow is another day. And then for some reason, a whole week goes by and you still haven't done what you were going to do. Yeah, that's the whole point of procrastination. You just let off the task that you wanted to do, but just haven't gotten around to it. I dealt with it myself, uh, like this, like making videos. Um, I'm not really sure my last commentary video that I did. It's probably more than 2 weeks or so, but I have to check. So yeah, that's why I've been gone just procrastinating, or I have thought of an idea, but I did say I was going to write it down, but I never write it down. So yeah, that's another form of procrastination. Or I think it might be just laziness. Say for instance, like, oh, I'm gonna go on a walk today, right? But for some reason, you're just on the couch just watching TV, and then you realize that, wait, wasn't I supposed to go on a walk? But you just didn't go on that walk that day. So you just forget about it, which if the sun is still out, then you have perfect amount of time just to walk, even if it's just for 5 minutes. I mean, you still potentially get some active activity, but some people are just really, really not into taking care of themselves, so they just hold it off, which doesn't really make sense. There's always room for improving yourself, even if you're not really up to it that day. I'm still in the process of doing that. Like, getting out there more, going on walks every day, which I was doing that, but over time I just kind of just stayed in the house, just consuming so much screen time. Yeah, which I do need to set a limit, but there's always room for improvement. You don't have to be so hard on yourself and say that, oh man, I'm never going to achieve this, but it's so hard to maintain. Well, that's where the 1% comes in. If you do 1% better every day, then you see drastic improvement compared to if you don't do anything at all every day, that's 1% less, which you feel much worse. And this also applies to my hobbies as well. So, like drawing, dancing, what else I do? Oh, yeah, I have a gaming channel that I also uh, post my gameplays on. So, that's also one of my hobbies. And I would say I don't want to be overwhelmed by it. So I just want to take one step at a time and really digest my productive time and not be overwhelmed by the amount of hobbies that I do. Same thing that goes for reading. I feel like none of us read physical books. I'm saying that in quotation marks. And I guess, well, I think people read audiobooks, but mainly I'm talking about physical books where you pick up with your hand. So, so like this, for example, it's not like an actual book, but it's a book that you can hold and flip through pages. Obviously, it is a book, but not the typical book where you have only words on them. It's just pictures of different Pokemon and their types and stuff. So this is what I mean by people don't really read physical books. Or, maybe I could be wrong. People still do read physical books, but it's just less common. I'll give you another example. So, like this one, this is a physical book where it has only words. Yeah, City Spies, where like this, it's only words, no pictures, just words. And, there's nothing wrong with picture books. Different people have their preferences when it comes to reading, but I feel as though since we're on screens all the time, I don't think anybody has the time to actually read or just sit down and just put away the screens and just let their mind wander with a good book. I think it would be coming back in the future, but only time will tell. What is there to talk about? I don't even know. I'm just going to do this until there's something to talk about. Oh, I got something special for you guys. Hold on. I got a rice hat. Yeah, pretty cool. Embracing my Asian side. We gotta represent our other ethnic groups. Can't let it be slacking. So yeah, man. I've been putting in the work in the rice fields, hot. It's so sweaty, bro. I'm so sweaty, drenched. Just just ah just picking out the rice, man. In that hot sun. Man, gotta represent my people, with this rice rice hat. Like my ancestors have been putting in the work in those rice fields. Man, such hot days. Hot days indeed. Hmm. Also, it's pretty iconic. Like I realize I'm like in a real life anime, just walking around in the village, just minding my business. And then there's like this samurai just in my direction. And then we locked eyes and see, oh man, is he a threat? He must be a threat. So I pull out my katana. And then he pulls out his katana. And then he goes, oh, you want a duel? And then I say like, oh yeah, but we can't do this here though. We gotta go into like a more secluded area. So then we go to that secluded area, and then we just have like this huge sword fight. And then we're down to like our last legs. And then I say, any last words to this other samurai? And then he says, yeah, this fight was the most epic battle in my life. And then I stabbed him. Then cold blood. Nobody knows. And then yeah, that's the end of the epic fight that I just explained. Yeah, man. I think I might do some more videos with this hat on. I don't even know. But yeah, it looks really cool. I got this from a otaku festival in Waco. So yeah, I was really glad that I found this. It looks really cool. I would say this is handmade though. So yeah, it represents the Asian culture, which is fire by the way. So yeah. Thank you for listening to my rant. No, this yeah. Yeah, I think it's more of a rant of like procrastination really. But yeah, thank you for listening. More videos coming soon. King out.